more on this, Raji Souran, the founder and director of the Palestinian Centre for Human Rights, joins me now live from Gaza. So thank you so much, sir, for being with us on the program today. So as we heard from our correspondent there, it seems like Israel is holding its side of the agreement. We're seeing some crossways opening up, and life, as he said, is slowly returning back to normal. What do you make of the ceasefire agreement?
Well, unfortunately, and as usual, Israel put on the eye of the storm civilians and civilian targets, like what they did in May 2021, before and after, and the level of killings and injuries targeting civilian targets, that was in the eye of the storm of the last 3 days. Ceasefire, it's good to be concluded because the pain and suffering inflicted on the civilian population in Gaza in 3 days was too much.
Right, and there's a reason why Palestinians are overwhelmed and happy that a ceasefire has been put in place, because they've been through a lot of devastation and loss. I mean, 15 children died in the past 3 days.
Unfortunately, yes, and this adding to the blacklist of Israel war crimes perpetrated against Palestinian civilians, another victims, and that's why we are calling ICC prosecutor for a prompt and immediate dealing with the Palestine situation, like he did in Ukraine with Russia. I think he should, do that for Gaza. We have since March last year decision by ICC prosecutor to open the investigation in Palestine situation against the Israeli authorities, the Israeli key figures in the security and political level for the war crimes they committed. We are calling the prosecutor to promptly begin investigating what had happened not only in the last 3 days, but since 2014. Israel do systematic war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza Strip and the occupied Palestinian territories. There was invasion, occupation by Russia to Ukraine, and we have the same thing, but the virgin in Palestine is 57 years of belligerent criminal occupation and targeting civilians and civilian targets. So we need, this prompt intervention by ICC prosecutor, because international law, international humanitarian law is there to protect civilians at the time of peace, at the time of war, not peace.
Right.
And we need protection for civilians. We need accountability. That's the ABC of Palestinian civilians' rights.
Okay, Raji Souran, thank you so much for joining us here on the NewsHour. It was a pleasure speaking to you.